friends, hello everyone, welcome back to Tanmaya Tutorials. Today we are diving into a super cool topic from class 10th science, that is electrolysis of water. Ever wonder how electricity can split water into hydrogen and oxygen? So don't worry, I will be here to explain you a clear and easy method, and I will make sure you that every point will be covered. So let's get started. Let us see about the electrolysis of water. See, whenever you see the new terms like electrolysis, first you have to break the words. First, let me break the word electrolysis. Can you see this electrolysis? Electrolysis. So remember, my dear students, electro is nothing but your electric current, okay? Electric current, whereas lysis is nothing but a breakdown. What is meant by lysis? Breakdown. So we are breaking down the water in the presence of electric current itself is called as electrolysis. I think hope you understand about the term. Now let us go to the what are all the apparatus that we have used in the electrolysis of the water. See, this electrolysis of the water is also known as that is electrical decomposition. Why will call it as electrical decomposition? See, decomposition is nothing but a breakdown. So that is your H2O molecule is breaking down into 2H plus O2. That is H2 plus O2, hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. That is why we will call it as a electrical decomposition. So now let us see the apparatus. See, apparatus that is used in this experiment is a plastic mug and graphite rods and inverted test tubes, and next you can see the rubber stopper, and next you can see this is a two terminals, one is anode and cathode, and which is connected by the switch to the battery, that is 6-volt battery. Okay, this is the electrolysis of water. Now let us understand the uses of each and every apparatus. See, my dear students, here the graphite rod is mainly used to conduct the electric current. Why the graphite rod is used? Because to conduct the current, because we are passing the electric current to in the water, right? So it has to be conduct. So because the electric current should pass through the water, that is because of to break the water. That is why graphite rod is used. Okay, so now let us see about the experiment. So before that, let me say about the very confusion topic for the students, where the students will be confused all the time. Let me say about it. That is the terminal and the charges. See, always remember the anode. Okay. See, anode is there, no? Anode is always positive terminal. These are the terminals. Okay, positive terminal. Whereas cathode, okay, let me consider the cathode. Okay, so cathode is a negative terminal. Okay, so now this is a terminals. Okay, cathode is a terminal, anode is a terminal. But if I consider the charges, okay, if I consider charges, your anion is there, no? Anion is a negative charge, whereas cation is positive charged. Okay, see, you must remember this one. Okay, don't be confused. In that case of terminal, anode is a positive terminal where always anion goes and attract. Why it is anion? Because it will always there in the place of anode. This is because anode is a positive and anion is a negative. Always, unlike charges will attract each other, whereas like charges repel each other. So anode is a positive, anion is a negative. Therefore anode, anion, positive, negative. Cathode, cation, negative, positive. Okay, did you understand my point? So remember this point first. Okay, so now we have connected the switch and we have on the switch. Okay, so electric current is passed through it and through the graphite rods. Now what will happens? Your water will be there. So water is getting decomposed, that is breaking of the water will take place because in the presence of electric current. So water is there, no, it will be break down into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Okay, so that will get stored. Okay, so that will get stored in two test tubes. You can see the inverted test tubes connected through the rubber stopper. Rubber stopper is due to enclose that one, okay, with the graphite rod. Okay, can you see this? The oxygen and the hydrogen has been collected. So here the main point is, where is the oxygen collected and where is the hydrogen collected? The experiment is very simple. You will pass the electric current through the water where the conducting is a graphite rod, and it will break down, water will break down into hydrogen and oxygen gas. Hydrogen and oxygen gas is collected. That's it, is the experiment. But where is the oxygen collected? Where is the hydrogen collected? Why it is collected like that? That is very important to understand. Okay, so always remember. So So here you have to observe that oxygen is the which is a electronegative element, so it's a negatively charged. So anode is positively charged, therefore oxygen is collected in the anode side, anode connected test tube, whereas hydrogen is a electropositive element. Okay, whereas cathode we already know it is a negative terminal, right? It's a negative terminal. So your negative terminal cathode will be there, no, at that side hydrogen will be collected. Let me show you the periodic table in this case. Can you see this periodic table, my dear students? Can you observe the periodic table here? So hydrogen is in the very left part, right? So the left part is these are all consisting of metals. Okay, this part is in this part, particular part, we have the metal part, whereas here we can see the non-metal part. Okay, so always remember metal is an electron donor, so that is why we will call it as a what, electropositive element. Okay, whereas your non-metals are there, no, they are electron receiver, that's why we will call it as electron negative elements. So since oxygen is at the right side, it's a negative element. Okay, it's a negative element and hydrogen is a positive element. That's why hydrogen will be collected at the cathode, whereas oxygen is collected at the anode. Next, after getting this point, let us understand. See, can you see the level of oxygen and hydrogen collected in both the test tubes? Can you see both are equal? Is that both are equal? Obviously no. Can you see the oxygen which is collected only this much? Okay, whereas the hydrogen has collected this much. Why? What's the reason behind it? Let us understand it. See your H2O. This is a water molecular formula, right? So water is made up of two parts of hydrogen and one part of oxygen. Two parts of hydrogen, two molecules of hydrogen or one molecule of oxygen, both will combine to form the water molecule. This is why when the water molecule decomposed, the hydrogen will be collected twice the amount of the oxygen collected. That is why we can see the level of hydrogen collected at the cathode side is more than that of the oxygen collected in the anode side. So first we understood about the what is meant by anode and what is meant by cathode. Next we understand about where is the oxygen is collected and where is the hydrogen is collected. Next we have understood about why the hydrogen collected is more than the oxygen collected. Now let us understand the third point. So that is fourth point, that is why we will add, we will add the H2SO4, that is dilute H2SO4 will be added to this particular water. Why we will add that one? So we will add the acid. This is because pure water is a poor conductor of electricity because it consisting of only few ions. We know that ions are the charge carriers, so current will be not conducted properly. Therefore adding the sulfuric acid will increases the number of ions, therefore it will become good conductor of electricity. This is the reason why we will add the H2SO4 to increase the conductivity of the water. So not only sulfuric acid, we can add any electrolytes which is available. Next, the fifth point. Now let us see how do we know that the collected gases are oxygen and hydrogen respectively in the anode and cathode. See, first, hydrogen is a highly flammable gas. We know that, right? So to find out the oxygen and hydrogen collected, we have to take the burning candle. Okay, and we have to place it near the two test tubes, okay, where hydrogen and oxygen is collected. So if oxygen is collected, then if I take the candle, burning candle towards it, the candle will burn more, with a more flame it will burns, and with a red flame it will gives a red flame. This is because it is unsaturated one. Okay, whereas if I take the burning candle towards the hydrogen gas, so it will burn with a blue flame and also gives the pop sound. Pop sound is a very important identification for the hydrogen gas. Okay, and it will burn with a blue flame. This is because hydrogen is a saturated one. Then what is meant by unsaturated and saturated means, see, oxygen unsaturated, this is because it consisting of double bond, so that is oxygen and oxygen. Okay, so your Oxygen is there, no, oxygen is bounded with the oxygen with two bonds, okay, whereas hydrogen is bonded with another hydrogen with single bond. That is why we'll call it as unsaturated one. This is called as saturated one. Okay, you don't okay, you know about this. Okay, so this is how we will find out the hydrogen and oxygen by using the burning candle. So what do we covered in this video? So we have covered what is meant by anode and what is meant by cathode, and then we have covered where is hydrogen is collected and where is oxygen is collected, and next we have covered why hydrogen is collected more than the oxygen, and also we have covered why H2SO4 and graphite rod is used for this particular electrolysis of water. And next we have also learnt about how to identify collected hydrogen and oxygen gases. So we have covered all the points as I told. So this was about the video. I think hope you all like this video. So yes, before getting to an end, I have also given the notes of this electrolysis. So yes, I have also prepared the notes for you people. So if you want this notes, you can take a screenshot of it. So this is about the notes where electrolysis of water, where you have to draw the neat diagram and explain few points which I have given here. You can also take this and note this point or take a screenshot of these points. So this was about the notes as well as the explanation of the electrolysis of water. Hope you all enjoyed the video and liked the video, and please share to your friends so that it will be helpful for them. So thank you for watching my video. Please do subscribe to my channel, and thank you everyone. Have a great day.